Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Travel with the Dans. This episode I am on board Dfds King Seaways on a mini cruise from Newcastle through to Amsterdam. I'm going to be kicking off with the cabin tour, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Join me for the journey. It's Travel with the Dans. Okay, so welcome on board King Seaways, or it used to be called the Val de l'Or. Hello. Oh. All aboard. Okay. Wow. This is small. This is small, but it'll do. I'm here. And I've got to say, the crew have been so friendly in welcoming me on board. It's even better than Cunard, I think. You know, if I had the bellboy outfits, it'd be Cunard. So well done, Dfds. Fantastic crew welcome. It's going to do me for the night. I've paid a bargain price. Make sure you're with me to find out what the price is. So I'm here in my cabin, cabin 912 on deck number 9. Okay, so welcoming. The first thing to note is because we're on a ferry, not a cruise ship, there's no muster drills, there's no TV, there's just a very quick announcement, but you should familiarise yourself with the safety information which is located within your cabin. Okay, so welcome to my cabin, folks, cabin 912. Here is my single bed. This is a cabin for 2 people, so it'd be a bunk bed. Deck 9. Little sofa, so you can see just where I've put all my stuff. You have a mirror, hello, there's me. Some sockets. You have 2 Dfds branded hangers. Your little ladder. There's not much lighting in here, considering it's inside, it's quite dimly lit, and that is your air conditioning. Now if you look, that's your control. Hot, cold, it's as easy as that. Little reading light there. 1 towel, just 1 towel. Towel's still warm. And 1 pillow. There will be an extra pillow in there, I'm sure, as well. And then my bathroom. So we have mysterious soap. So I've bought my own. Plenty of loo roll. On those clingy shower curtains. Oh, gotta go in this one. And then we have luxury hair and body wash. So it's like a wet room, but the bathroom's actually quite big, really. Bigger than what I was expecting. Now, I've got my cruise card, there we are. It's paper, looks like a train ticket. It's not like a traditional cruise card either. If I want to make any purchases on board, I'm going to need to use my cash or my debit or credit card. So it's not like a cruise where you make the purchases on your cruise card. Make sure you're subscribed with us not to miss out on this brand new series on board Dfds King Seaways on a mini cruise to Amsterdam. I'll be reviewing all of the eating venues, I'll also be looking at the entertainment, I'll be tasting all the flavours, all of the drinks and enjoying all of the ship's facilities. So if you're ready, we're ready, make sure you join us for the journey. Now, if a ship's going to show some age, bear in mind this ship was built in 1986, launched in 1987. If you want to turn the aircon on or off, turn that dial in the centre. But that's it. And I tell you what, last night it was blooming warm, so a fan might be a good idea. So moving on, as I said, storage space there, speakers there, USB sockets there if you need extra light, there's light there. 1 pillow, 1 towel per person. Those are fresh towels delivered this morning. Focus, there we are. There's my bed area, and this would be the second bed area. Should we get it out? Da-da! Right, let's get the top bunk out. It's not really heavy actually. And that's it. So you've got another bed. I ain't going to jump up, but there is a USB socket, there is another light, you have got another duvet, and there'd be a pillow and towel located up there for your shipmate if you was travelling with a second passenger. and it goes back up like that. So that's your electricity. There is a little bit of an announcement going on. Now, if an announcement goes off that they need to include in your room, you've got a speaker here. They'll also do a wake-up call as well. There was wake-up calls this morning at 8 and 9. There's a little sofa. The sofa, I've got to say, is quite firm. It is firm, but there is little random stains. It could be a little bit better. I'm not very keen on that little sofa. It's uncomfortable. It's nice, I guess, but it's firm, it's uncomfortable, and it's covered in stains, sadly. A little bit of artwork. Don't know, could you've added a mirror? Ooh, hello. You could have added a mirror. There's a mirror. Now, make sure that you don't get smoking anything in your room, and also make sure that you don't hang anything off the fire retardant thing. Now, I'm trying to make this the longest ever room tour of the tiniest ever room. So far, we've done about 3 steps. But anyway, shall we check out the bathroom? So let's go in the bathroom. If you need a bit of privacy, there is a lock and things like that. The door stays open if you need it to stay open. That's very handy. You're going to find a mirror with me in it. Hi. You're not always going to find me in the mirror, I can tell you that. But just up there, that's your lighting, and you'll see just there, that is a shaving socket if you need to get rid of your imperfections anyway. Now, on here, you've got your mystery soap. I would recommend bringing your own wash bag. Now, what's very good on board is they sell a lot of Rituals cosmetics, but just in case, here's some I made earlier. Within the bathroom, you're going to find 2 hooks if you needed to hand up your towel. There is really good amount of storage space, both above the sink and below the sink, and you'll also find that's where your toilet roll will go. Now, as I said, I would recommend bringing your own toiletries, as you get mystery soap or mystery body wash. But do you recognise these from a former cruise? Ooh, I wonder where they come from. Now, the bathroom is a bit of a wet room. I typically hate these kind of things, but it worked really well and the shower was good. Okay, so this is as far as I can stretch if you want to add the sense of the space of the bathroom. This is it. But you're on here for 2 nights. Now, once you've got on board and you've done rock, paper, scissors to decide who's going on top bunk, you'll need to use the ladders to gain access, and this is where they are located. The storage space on board consists of some hooks, some coat hangers, so you're able to hang up your coats, etc. I hung up my jumper. It's Dfds branded again. I wonder if these get taken off the ships. Further storage can be found in the form of a mini bedside table, and you can also find space underneath the bottom bunk, and as you'll see the wheels for my travel with a Dan suitcase, I made use of it. One thing I would say with this cabin is, even though it's inside, it could be illuminated a little bit better. So good job I've got old lighty here. You got your light switch here, that you don't have to put your key card in or anything like that, but basically all of your lighting is up there. There are additional reading lights if you're in the top bunk, or there's one down there with a USB socket should you need it. What was really good across the ship was there was plenty of sit bags if you was feeling unwell, including in your cabin. And that's it, that's my cabin. Everything that you're going to need, all you're going to do is sleep in here. There's no TV, there's no fancy things like that. There's no cabin steward. What do you get on a cruise? No mini fridge, no welcome champagne, no bubbles, blank the blanks or anything like that. This is a place for you to sleep and grab a shower and maybe go to the toilet. The differences between a cruise and a mini cruise, I think they're starting to come out now. And that's it for this week's episode. Next week we will be doing the full ship tour. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.